Hello, everybody, and welcome to Gene's Reviews. Reviews from a regular dude, where I do trailer reactions, I react to YouTube videos, I review YouTube channels. Occasionally, I'll review a movie, but really, I just do whatever the hell I want. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Gene's Reviews. Reviews from a regular dude down in the basement. I started a new podcast. Check it out. The link is in the description down below. And if you don't mind, share it with all your friends if you like it. And, support me on there. Subscribe, whatever. I'm going to start today with proof that these pastors are just giant scammers is the name of the video. It's from a channel called Pablito's Way. This kind of stuff has always amazed me. Like with all these televangelists and everything that people give all their money to. I mean, basically, they give everything to them. It amazes me that people would fall for stuff like this, but let's check this out.
Here are some of the most ridiculous pastors around the world. Number 9, Kenneth Copeland.
This guy's
Prosperity pastors
the worst,
are some of
one
the
of the
most
worst.
popular TV preachers in the country. They pack their mega churches each week and take in millions every year. They urge their faithful followers to donate generously, and in return, the Lord will bring them prosperity. Well, there's no denying some people have prospered handsomely. The pastors themselves. They live like rock stars with huge mansions, private jets, and fancy cars. Their lifestyles are so lavish, some of them have been investigated by the U.S. Senate. One of them is the prosperity preacher Kenneth Copeland, who's been preaching for over 40 years. And after 40 years of preaching to thousands of people who donate to the church, he's able to afford his lifestyle. Copeland lives in a $6 million, 18,000 square foot home on the outskirts of Fort Worth, Texas. The home comes equipped with water views and a boathouse too. And because Copeland is an avid pilot, and he also owns a Cessna Citation jet, it's the fastest private jet money can buy. He said he needed it to better serve the Lord, and he actually proudly did a flyby for his followers after the church bought it. But that's not the only plane used by his church, as there's actually a fleet of planes registered to the church. And you won't catch him waiting in line at the airport, because he's got his own. The Kenneth Copeland Airport is located right next to his
He's a scammer, big
mansion.
time.
He famously got angry during an interview when an Inside Edition reporter asked him why he needed to fly private instead of commercial and why he needed different private jets. He's actually said before that he didn't want to fly, quote, in a long tube with a bunch of demons.
Yeah.
And he also claimed that Tyler Perry was selling his private jet for so cheap he couldn't help but buy it.
And in the meantime, there's little kids in other countries that are starving to death. And there's people right here that are suffering and going without and giving him all of their money.
Number 8, Creflo Dollar. Creflo Dollar is the senior pastor and founder of the famous World Changers non-denominational church headquartered in Fulton, Georgia. His ministry was first started at a cafeteria in 1986 with only 8 people. In that meeting, Creflo raised $100 from the people that showed up. Fast forward to 2007, and the cash flow received in his church for that year was around $70 million. His congregation had grown to over 30,000 active members by then. His church auditorium, named the World Dome, was built and paid with $18 million in cash. With all that money coming into the church, Dollar doesn't lead a simple lifestyle. He loves his
See, you could take all that money and you could help so many people instead of doing this.
material possessions, and he has the same...
You could even keep some for yourself, but still help a whole lot of people instead of scamming people for more and more and more. You could take just a portion of that, a tenth of it, $1.8 million that he spent on that place. That dome was $18 million. Take $1.8 million of it, stick it in like investments, give the rest of it away to people who need it, and then just live off the frickin' interest, and you'd be doing good.
message to
People are
parishioners
greedy.
that God does not want you to be poor. Dollar's church centers around the controversial teachings of prosperity theology. Dollar was also under investigation, just like Kenneth Copeland, for using his church as a tax shelter to fund extravagant lifestyles. The government really needs an audit to figure that out. Dollar owns Rolls-Royces, a private jet, and high-end real estate.
It's really
When he was asked to
necessary.
explain his private jet, he said, quote, "In order for me to do what I have been called to do, the airlines, they don't fly my schedule." Number 7. Joel and Victoria Osteen. Joel Osteen is known for his big smile and positive preaching. And, oh yeah, having a ton of money. Since becoming the head of Houston's Lakewood Church, Osteen has grown the church's membership
Probably
to more than 40,000
the most popular one
people.
out there.
But it's not his preaching alone that's responsible for his fame. Joel Osteen is also a best-selling author and popular motivational speaker together with his wife Victoria. Osteen met his wife at a jewelry store, and their first date was at the church where they now both preach. In 2017,
Okay, my personal opinion on him, I've listened to some of the stuff that he's talked about, and he is a really, really good motivational speaker, so you could probably learn a lot by listening to him. Just don't give him your money, though. He has enough.
his reported net worth was somewhere between $40 to $60 million. As a senior pastor, Osteen says he draws no salary from the church, which has an annual budget of $70 million. Instead, he says he fully relies on income from his book sales. The Osteens live in a $10.5 million home that has 6 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, 3 elevators, 5 fireplaces, a guest house, and a pool house. Of course, he also owns Ferraris and Rolls Royces. Osteen is another prosperity preacher who claims that people shouldn't feel guilty for possessing lots of material wealth. Instead, all a person needs to do is thank and praise God for the acquired wealth. Number 6. Ed Young. Pastor Ed Young is famous for his quote, "God gave me a Ferrari because I am a Ferrari." He said this right after he literally drove up to the pulpit in a Ferrari. Someone
Never heard of
gave
this
him a
guy.
Ferrari. He decided to drive it up onto the church stage. He also went viral after he tweeted that he got the Ferrari as a gift. Apparently, Young was using the Ferrari as part of a sermon illustration for his series titled RPM, Relationships, Passion, Marriage. He's also been seen behind the wheel of a Rolls-Royce, which also was used as a prop when he went on stage for another sermon. The Rolls-Royce was used as a way of telling the congregation that they're a Rolls-Royce because they're made in the image of God. Young is trying to relay the message that God has given everyone a Rolls-Royce or a Ferrari, and that many people aren't driving their cars correctly. According to him, many people are cars that are driving off the road. Doesn't it seem like it's just an excuse for him to drive fancy cars?
Yeah.
How do you feel about pastors and exotic cars? Let us know in the comments. Number 5. William H. Curtis. Pastor Dr. William H. Curtis is another pastor who's well known for his luxurious taste in cars. Curtis parked his Bentley Bentayga at his church in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and it caught the attention of a parishioner who accused him of scamming the community. A photo of Curtis's black Bentley was uploaded with the caption, "If your pastor is driving a Bentley truck, he's sucking your community dry with hope and tithes." How does owning a Bentley that cost over 200 grand contribute to the community in
Yeah.
any way? And also to
true.
what a pastor preaches is something that many people have asked. The Bentley SUV costs nearly twice as much as the median home in the church's neighborhood of Laramie,
More
one
than
of
my
the
house.
poorest neighborhoods in Pittsburgh. Number 4. Vyacheslav Baskakov. Russian Orthodox priest Vyacheslav Baskakov has been called out for his Instagram posts flaunting extravagant items from Gucci and Louis Vuitton. Is it actually wrong for a priest to be into fashion? No, but not when it's just for showing off.
That's
He
tacky
posted pics
to
on his
me.
Instagram that showed off luxury items such as Gucci slippers and loafers, as well as Louis Vuitton handbags and luggage worth thousands of dollars. He deleted the photos after they began to draw attention. I mean, what was he expecting? Isn't posting on Instagram essentially saying, "Look at me"? Church leaders obviously were angry at Baskakov for his poor taste, and a disciplinary committee was brought together to, quote, bring him back to real life. Baskakov apologized for his photograph, saying he would suffer penance and shut down his Instagram account since he's not able to behave humbly and appropriately. He denied owning the items from Gucci and Louis Vuitton, saying he had taken most of the photographs in stores. He said that he would sew expensive-looking buckles onto his shoes to make them look, quote, festive. The spokesman for the Russian Orthodox Patriarch Kirill said that hopefully this will bring this shepherd to account. But the Kirill himself suffered a similar scandal in 2012 after he was caught in a meeting wearing a watch worth an estimated $30,000. Number 3.
And here I am wearing my Hanes t-shirt and my Walmart shoes. And I'm good with that.
Lukau. Alf Lukau is an extremely popular pastor in South Africa. He has a big following because, according to some of his parishioners, he has the ability to heal any kind of illness. That, and he's able to resurrect people while having a lifestyle like a rapper. Lukau is known for his extravagant lifestyle with cars ranging from Bentleys to Rolls Royces. Lukau started his ministry in February of 2002 in Johannesburg, South Africa. Alf Lukau is the general overseer of Alleluia Ministries International, and he's supposedly worth $1 billion. This is the same guy who preaches to his parishioners to tithe at least 10%, no matter the income level. Before he arrives for church, police officers lead a convoy on a traffic-free road. Thousands of people are lined up on the street waiting to hear Lukau speak. Lukau goes to church in a presidential-style convoy. He'll show up from inside a Rolls Royce with another 10
Seriously,
cars
I mean,
riding behind.
He doesn't
Number
need a
2,
cane.
Joyce Meyer. Joyce Meyer is a
that's
TV
another
preacher
one.
and president of Joyce Meyer Ministries. She leads an opulent lifestyle filled with fancy homes and expensive cars.
Her mouth,
Meyer
the
is another
lipstick and
person
everything.
who preaches
She looks like a
prosperity
clown.
gospel. She tells her audience that if they give to her ministry, God will bless them with their own financial rewards. Back in 2003, the St. Louis Dispatch newspaper piece detailed Meyer's luxurious lifestyle. At that time, the ministry pulled in $8 million a month, but spent only a tenth of that on charitable works. The rest of the money was used in some interesting ways. The paper found that Meyer's $20 million headquarters has the look and feel of a luxury resort hotel. Local tax officials, in an unsuccessful attempt to get the building on the tax roll, conducted an inventory of the building's contents. The tax assessor's report found that the building contains artwork, furniture, glassware, and equipment worth $5.7 million. This includes a $23,000 toilet. Since 1999, the ministry has bought 5 homes for Meyer and her 4 children. The collective value of the homes is at least $4 million. Meyer and her husband live in a 10,000 square foot Cape Cod style home with a garage that can hold 8 cars. The ministry pays for upkeep on all of the houses. Meyer called the homes a good investment for the ministry and said that the ministry bears the cost of upkeep and maintenance because the family is too busy to take care of such tasks. Number 1.
So if you're so busy and you're hardly ever there, why do you need anything like that? Waste all that money. You could have taken that money and you could have helped so many people with it.
Miriam Mbula and Toby Adeboyega. Does a church that encourages you to take
I think that would be more along with Jesus Christ's teachings. Just a thought.
all of the houses? Meyer called the homes a good investment for the ministry and said that the ministry bears the cost of upkeep and maintenance because the family is too busy to take care of such tasks. Number 1. Miriam Mbula and Toby Adeboyega. Does a church that encourages you to take out loans just so you can donate money to them sound like a scam?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it probably is. Pastors Miriam Mbula and Toby Adeboyega both drive cars that are well over 6 figures. Toby has a Lamborghini with the personalized plate Pastor, while Miriam has a Rolls Royce. They both had allegations from dozens of ex-worshippers who claimed that they were forced to take out bank loans and donate thousands of pounds to fund the church's lavish spending. They tell their church members through video messages that they need to raise hundreds of pounds a week, a process known as sowing seed. Former members claim that they've racked up thousands in debt because of the church's demands. They claim that the pastors helped them fill out applications with fake details just so they can get a loan. Apparently, they even went as far as helping members set up a company just so they could get a business bank account with access to an even bigger loan. Here's what's next.
To me, at the end of the day, people need to be educated a little bit so they don't give to these people. Because these people are just, to me, it's so obvious that they're scammers. Why would you give them anything? That last couple that they showed, if you saw them in their private life, there's so much evil there, in my opinion. Probably scare the hell out of you. I don't know. That's just my opinion. That was from Pablito's Way. And it was proof that these pastors are just giant scammers. And yep, it's proof. How about a joke? I started a company selling landmines disguised as prayer mats. Profits are going through the roof.
Thank you, everybody. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hashtag Mean Gene, all that fun stuff. And if you like this video, tell all your friends, leave a comment down below. And if you didn't like it, then just shut up. And I will see you next time.